Testing and maintenance of Kino Flo Mini Flow lights. Objective: ensure Kino Flo Mini Flow lights are fully operational and well-maintained for efficient use in film production. Materials needed: Kino Flo Mini Flow units, compatible ballast and cables, replacement fluorescent tubes if available, cleaning supplies, for example, microfiber cloth, electrical testing tools, for example, multimeter, maintenance checklist. Preparation: gather all mini flow units, cables, ballasts, and necessary tools. Set up a clean, safe workspace with enough ventilation and lighting. Initial inspection: check the physical condition of each mini flow light, for example, tube integrity, housing, connectors. Inspect cables and ballasts for any signs of wear or damage. Testing: connect each mini flow to its ballast and power source. Turn on the light to check for proper illumination and functionality. Verify that the fluorescent tube produces consistent, flicker-free light. Use a multimeter to test electrical connections, ensuring there are no faults. Cleaning: carefully clean the tube and housing with a microfiber cloth to remove dust or smudges. Use compressed air to blow out dust from connectors or hard-to-reach areas. Tube replacement if needed. Replace any fluorescent tubes that are dim, flickering, or broken. Follow manufacturer instructions for safe removal and installation. Maintenance: tighten any loose screws or fasteners on the light housing. Apply contact cleaner to electrical connectors if necessary. Inspect and organize cables to prevent tangling or damage during storage. Final testing: reconnect and power on all mini flow units to ensure proper functionality after maintenance. Confirm that all maintenance issues have been addressed. Setup and pre-checks: inspect the components, visually examine the mini flow unit, ballast, cables, and connectors for any visible signs of wear, damage, or corrosion. Ensure the fluorescent tube is securely installed and free from cracks or discoloration. Verify compatibility. Confirm that the ballast and power source match the mini flow's specifications, voltage, wattage, etc. Check the environment. Make sure the testing area is safe, dry, and free from obstructions. Avoid exposing the unit to moisture or extreme temperatures. Electrical testing. Continuity check. Use a multimeter to test the continuity of the cables and connectors. This ensures there are no internal breaks or faults in the wiring. Voltage testing. With the mini flow connected to its ballast and power source, use a multimeter to verify that the voltage output from the ballast matches the required input for the fluorescent tube. Illumination test. Initial power on. Turn on the mini flow and observe the light output. Look for consistent, flicker-free illumination. Brightness level as expected, any buzzing or unusual sounds from the ballast or tube. Tube warm-up. Allow the light to run for a few minutes and monitor for changes in brightness or color temperature. Dimness or uneven lighting could indicate an aging or faulty tube. Flicker test. Rapidly cycle the power, turn it on and off a few times to check for delayed ignition or flickering. Persistent flickering may point to ballast or tube issues. Color temperature and CRI test if applicable. If you have access to a color meter, measure the color temperature and color rendering index CRI of the mini flow. These values should match the manufacturer's specifications. This step is particularly important for professional film production to ensure consistent lighting quality. Stress test optional. Simulate extended usage by running the mini flow continuously for an hour or more. Observe for overheating, consistent brightness, and stable performance throughout. This test helps identify potential issues that may only occur during prolonged operation. Safety check, grounding test. Use a multimeter to verify proper grounding of the unit. This reduces the risk of electrical shock. Cable integrity. Gently flex the cables while the unit is on to check for intermittent connections or exposed wires. Record findings. Document all test results, including any identified issues or anomalies. Include details such as tube condition, electrical readings, and observed performance during tests. To repeat the testing process for the other Kino Flo Mini Flo units, simply follow the detailed steps outlined earlier for each unit individually. Here's a streamlined guide to keep the process efficient and organized. Repeated process for testing additional Mini Flo lights. Prepare for the next unit. Set aside the unit you just tested and ensure it is documented properly. Bring the next Mini Flo unit, along with its cables, ballast, and power source, to the testing area. Follow the same testing steps. Perform a visual inspection for physical damage. Use a multimeter for continuity, voltage, and grounding checks. Connect the Mini Flo to its ballast and power source for the illumination test. Check for flickering, buzzing, or other anomalies. Run the stress test if applicable to check for prolonged performance stability. Log results for each unit. Record all findings, for example, tube condition, electrical readings, performance notes for the current unit in the maintenance log or testing checklist. Note down any replacements or repairs performed. Move to the next unit. Repeat the process systematically for each Mini Flo unit until all have been tested and documented. Checklist for testing Kino Flo Mini Flo lights. Preparation. Inspect the Mini Flo unit, ballast, and cables for visible damage, for example, cracks, wear, or corrosion. Confirm compatibility between the Mini Flo unit, ballast, and power source voltage, wattage. Set up a clean, dry, and safe testing environment. Electrical testing. Use a multimeter to check the continuity of cables and connectors. Verify the voltage output from the ballast matches the fluorescent tube's requirements. Measure electrical current during operation to ensure it's within the specified range. Test for proper grounding using a multimeter. Illumination test. Connect the Mini Flo to the ballast and power source and power it on. Check for consistent, flicker-free illumination. Observe for any buzzing or unusual sounds. Allow the light to run for a few minutes to monitor for brightness consistency or changes. Conduct a power cycling test to check for delayed ignition or flickering. Color and quality test if applicable. Measure the color temperature and CRI using a color meter. Confirm that the values align with the manufacturer's specifications. Stress test optional. Run the Mini Flo continuously for at least an hour to check for overheating or other performance issues. Safety checks. Inspect cables for any exposed wires or intermittent connections by gently flexing them during operation. Verify that all connectors are secure and free of debris or corrosion. Documentation. Record all electrical and performance readings in a maintenance log. Note any anomalies or necessary repairs, replacements. Update the status of the unit, for example, pass, requires repair or replaced parts. This checklist ensures a systematic and thorough testing process for each Mini Flo unit.
enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Hit the bell icon for updates. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching.